Hey there, welcome to the garage. Back with another video. This time it's going to be back on the Husky again instead of the Ducati. And I just thought I know there's a lot of videos on it, but there is this, what they call a lowering link. And this lowering link is for the FE 250, I think 350, 450, maybe 501. And I ordered it from AliExpress. I know it's a Chinese company, and someone would say, well, gosh, what kind of quality is that? But, you know, I looked at it, and I looked at the ones for sale for over $150, $180, some of them, and they were the exact same one with a little grease nipple, the FE 250, and so I know those guys are buying them in China, and then they're marking them way up. So I got this for $35 on AliExpress. Now, whether or not you want to ship from China or not, that's up to you. But I thought, why not? I never did it before, and I thought, let's give it a try, you know. And so I got it, and yeah, sure enough, it's the real deal. Good quality aluminum, comes with the bearings inside and everything. I'll show you that a little bit more later. But so this is my FE 350. 250. And I like to do a lot of trail riding and off-road, some enduro, light enduro, not too much hard enduro, unless I'm riding with some of the other guys that are really good, and sometimes then it gets a little challenging. One of the biggest challenges is getting my feet on the ground. Now, I'm about 5'10", and you can see where this baby hits me. I'm sorry, I'm wearing my old work clothes because I'm getting ready to do some dirty stuff, and I don't like to get my clean clothes dirty, so I wear my old clothes. And I've got my forks lowered down, if you can see from there. I'll show a little closer later. About a centimeter and a half, about as far as you can go, and without hitting the bars or getting off of the mounting places there. So that helped a little bit. You know, some people will tell you this, well, it's kind of in a way, it's true, but it's a myth about throwing off the geometry of the bike if you put a lowering link on, or if you lower the front forks. Yeah, it won't be the original geometry that it came with, but it will still have geometry. And basically, you get used to riding whatever you ride. If you're riding a 1972 Yamaha DT250, it had a certain geometry that was horrible, but you got used to it and you worked with it. So this already has the top of the line geometry, and so it's going to lower it a little bit. Yeah, it might throw off the geometry a little bit, but you get used to it. So, and that's the real truth of it. So when people say, oh, you can't use a lowering link, you've got to come to my shop and you've got to spend $1,500 so we can rebuild the back shock and rebuild the front shock. Yeah, you can do that. And probably if you're into hard enduro and you have a lot of money to throw at things like that, you could do that. But this also works very well. So I just want to show you my foot position when I get on it. And I'm 58 years old, so just getting my leg over it is kind of a challenge at times. So, okay, get on there. And right now, I'm not quite flat, but I've got it lowered a little bit, and I am 5'10", so I'm not a real short guy. Maybe average, whatever you want to call it. And so if I balance, I can almost, or lean over, I can get my foot flat. But when you're out there on the trails and there's suddenly a drop off on this side and you can't get your foot down, and boom, down you go. Well, that's why we have the bark busters and things like that on it to keep it from getting too torn up. As you can see, I've already lost the plastic on here because they broke from falling over and having a good time. And I added a nice screen to the front for when I ram into tree branches. Keeps my light from getting broken. And I've added some handles on there for assist, which really help out. Great trick. And I made those myself too. I didn't do a video on it, but it's not real brain surgery to grab some of this kind of webbed strapping there and put it on. So I'm going to try putting on that lowering link. I just wanted to show you what it looked like before and see if I can get my feet down to where they're almost flat. And I'll measure it, and there's a lot of videos out there. You can see the videos on how to do this. So I'm not going to go through all of it. I just wanted to show you a quick video on an FE 250 that might be the deal breaker for you. Show if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it. All right, so let's get into it. This is the lowering link. See, it says FE 250, and you'll find it on AliExpress, or you can buy it from lots of different places in the States too. It's the exact same model. Look for the one with the little grease nipple on there. And here you just see I took this, you take this one bolt out of right here, and it loosens up your front brake lever, and you just remove this little spring here, and you just kind of, you don't have to take it clear out, but just pull it out of the way there. And then it's real simple, just stick it back in there, and you have to plug back into your little boot there. And then we're going to take this bolt and that bolt out. Okay, well here's the two. I just pulled it off. Just pulled out this front bolt, second bolt, and there's the two laying next to each other. And you can see there's just a slight difference in the length if you put those next to each other. Slightly longer, but I guess that's enough. So I'll be curious to see how this goes in, and we'll take a shot when it goes in. Of course, it goes without saying, you got to have your bike set up on a piece of wood, you know, or a bike lift or something. I've just made this myself, and if it's just right, and you don't even have to remove your skid plate or anything, or the extra guard coming down there. You can see it's out of there now, and the suspension's dropped all the way down. So yes, and here's the two bolts that came out of there. One was a little hard to get loose, but breaker bar took it right out. Of course, while that's out there, I'm going to want to put some fresh grease. This bike is only about a year old, so put some fresh grease. You can see these come out of there, and then there's some bearings inside of there. So I'm going to grease that up and then get it put back in there. You can see there's an insert in this end that you're going to take out, and you're going to put it over into here. The bearings are, this comes with bearings in it and the seals on it. So I'm just basically going to take this out, throw some grease in there, and slide that back in. The one advantage of this aftermarket one, even the Chinese one, is it comes with greasable fitting there. So even if you've been out getting wet and wild, you can pump some fresh grease into there, where on the stock one you can't. Alright, you can see it's back in there. No problem with this spinning. It doesn't have the little lock on the other side like I mentioned, but no problem with it spinning. Went in there just fine. This went in there just fine. And just got to hook my brake back up here. But yeah, no problem. Everything's torqued up, ready to go. Just got to put that brake lever back on and give it a sit and see how it measures. Okay, so I got it installed. If you take a quick look under there, you can see right in there. It's all set, it's all torqued down. I got my brake lever back in place. Honestly, the whole thing, if I hadn't been videoing it, I probably could have done it in 20 minutes or a half an hour. It really wasn't difficult. I mean, you just need to support the bike up some and then have a free hand to lift the back wheel up and down to get those bolts lined up, and it goes right in. So let's sit on it. I weigh about 180 pounds, about 80 kilos, and I'm about 5'10". And before, if you remember, my feet were a little bit up, but let's see how it looks now. Yeah, just about flat-footed. With this kit, it lowered it about 1 inch, which is enough for me. Some kits will go up to 2 inches, and I wasn't really sure. Actually, honestly, on the label for this one, it didn't say exactly how much it did, so I took a little bit of a chance on that $35 purchase, but it really fit in nice, quality manufacturing, everything. You know, most of those things that they buy, that they sell expensive, they have made in China. So the same company, I suppose, or somebody there, takes those same products, exact same products, and sells them directly from China for cheaper. So as you can see, I'm sitting really nice. I know it's a quick video. I didn't go through all the details, but you can see other videos on how, you know, how to get that in there. There's lots of videos on that. If you like the video, please hit like, hit subscribe if you want to see more videos. Right now, my main bikes are this Husky FE250, but it's almost exactly in all respects mechanical things, except for the displacement of the engine, as the 350 and the 450. And this is a 2020, so it's just barely a year old. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and just encourage you, if you're a little bit on the shorter side, or you want to have some flatter footing for doing your trail riding or enduro or whatever, check out the lowering link. It's worth it. Okay, be blessed.